I have a problem with WWE's women's tag team division. So let's talk about it. There's a lot of teams in the women's tag team division right now. There's Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. There's Paige and Brie, Lila Valkyria and Bailey, Nia Jax, Last Legend. You can add B Fab and Mia Yim. You can add those girls. And there's a couple of other teams who I have somewhat forgotten of. And even you look at earlier this year, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky were a part of that division. Also, Kairi Sane and Asuka was also a part of that division. Last year, the women's tag team division, it was on fire. Like, it was great. And honestly, one of the best things across the main roster. But I've always had an issue. Even while this great stuff was happening, I always had an issue with it. And that issue is, I'm going to explain something real quick. Currently, right now, on the women's roster, there are less than 40 women's wrestlers on the main roster. And I am including part-timers, injured wrestlers, and pregnant ones. Less than 40. And there are 5 championships / divisions. That is not enough. Especially when one division requires 2 teams each. Also, I forgot to mention the Judgment Day in that as well. I just realized. But with the women's tag, it's taking away from other divisions. And honestly, at this point, and even during this time last year, I'm looking at the women's division. I'm like, I would love to see Charlotte go for another world title. Because Charlotte endeared herself with the Alexa Bliss story, and I started to enjoy her a lot more. I would rather see Alexa Bliss gunning for any of the singles titles. Same thing with Lyra, same thing with Bailey. Currently with Paige, Lash Legend. I would like to see this. But they're all in the women's division. And right now, my apologies if you can hear the motorcycle. I'm not even sure if you can. But the women's title, especially around that time last year, it felt like the world championships because